Ladies and gentlemen, what's goody? It's your boy, Oh So Co. You could also call me OSK. Either I just go convey the same way. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. As you can see, the back is not pimped out to my liking yet. I tried to move the bed around, make it a little bit better for me, you know what I'm saying? And I got some shoes behind me, okay? It's a start, so bear with me. Nonetheless, it's not what we came here to do. Y'all know why y'all clicked on this video. It is in the title. We are ranking every single WWE pay-per-view / PLE in the month of July since my inception, that of 1999. Before we begin, however, though, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some suggestions down below what you want to see next. But yeah, let's get into it. So, as you can see here, these are all the PLEs from 99 forward, of course, as mentioned. Now, we will tell here in a moment that this is probably the most consistent, inconsistent month we've had thus far. All right, because it is only about 5 different types or names of pay-per-view / PLEs here. Only caveat is they don't know if they want to keep them in July, keep them in June, August, whatever it may be. So, nonetheless, we'll get started with Fully Loaded 1999. All right, so Fully Loaded 99 was main evented here by Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker in a first blood match for the WWF Championship. There's also a strap match between Triple H and The Rock for the #1 contendership of said title at Summerslam. So, you know, we may review that here pretty soon. But nonetheless, Fully Loaded was an insanely stacked card. It was 12 matches on this event in particular. Val Venus and Joey Abs opened it. From what I remember, you know, rewatching some of the main meat and potatoes of this, because I ain't gonna lie, the undercard couldn't tell you much about it. But Stone Cold and Taker was decent. Triple H versus The Rock was fun. Everything else, I mean, they could have kept it. Big Show versus Kane was on this. I'm cool. To get everything started off though, I'm gonna say it was pretty mid. Aura-wise, I think it was up there because it had some big names. But quality of matches, it's the 90s, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the glaze of the Attitude Era is insane. Fully Loaded 2000. Fully Loaded 2000 was main evented by The Rock defeating Chris Benoit for the WWF Championship. And now with Benoit and some other names, you know, it came in fresh out of WCW, so they're putting on some bangers, of course. Triple H also beat Chris Jericho in a last man standing match at this event. Undertaker beat Kurt Angle. I think this was peak. Like, every event in the 2000s was almost flawless in my opinion. Like, for perspective, right? Val Venus is opening up last year's Fully Loaded. This was opened by Team Extreme versus TNA, which is Test and Albert. Good tag team in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll bump that up a little bit. I'm gonna put that in B. I don't think the main event in particular was like anything crazy, and there was no crazy good story. And then also Triple H versus Chris Jericho, that was like the precursor to like their actual in-depth rivalry that came later. But all in all, I mean, it was cool. Invasion 2001. Woo! I am a mark for Invasion 2001. Let's pull up the card here. This was main evented by Team WCW / ECW taking on Team WWF. Won't go over the names, but some key role players here were the Dudleys, Booker T, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Austin, and Taker, right? And everything was basically WCW versus WWE, or WWF at this point. I thought it was electric. I thought it was amazing. Such as Chavo versus Scotty to open. You had RVD versus Jeff Hardy, banger match. Tajiri taking on Taz, Raven and William Regal, Billy Kidman and X-Pac was fun. Have fond memories of this event. And I'm gonna keep it 1,000 and 10,000 quadrillion zillion thousand with y'all. I love 2001 WWF, and I'm biased. And I think the invasion, wow, PLE was done amazingly. I'm gonna give it S tier. Say what you want in the comments. Say what you want, but you weren't there. I was barely there either, right? Like I don't remember like being alive. I was alive, but you know what I'm saying. But that's not the point, okay? The point still stands that 2001 is very rewatchable. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to complete that sentence. Vengeance 2002. This was headlined by The Rock beating Kurt Angle and The Undertaker in a triple threat match that would have ultimately led to The Rock versus Brock down the line. Again, we'll get into some of this stuff later in another video. We had the Un-Americans take on Edge and Hogan. Booker T beat Big Show. RVD beat Brock Lesnar via disqualification, but I mean, they don't really count. Cena was on this event taking on Jericho in a one-on-one match, and Jeff Hardy beat Regal. Vengeance 02 was really fun because that triple threat was a banger. I would say I can't say it's The Rock's last great match, but it was up there for like high quality Rock matches in my honest opinion. So I gotta give it points for that. Undertaker's WWE Undisputed Reign came to its conclusion at this event, and he was a face. It was basically Rock and Undertaker. Again, just a history lesson. I know Undertaker was a heel for most of his ABA run, but he did technically turn babyface when he put Jeff Hardy over. So I love that dynamic of him and The Rock taking on Kurt Angle. Oh, it's wonderful. I hold Vengeance 02 in high regard, and call me biased, back-to-back S tier. Flawless event. Call me crazy, bro. This was a good event, and I'm not sitting here listening to an argument otherwise. Now, I know like Goldust Stevie Richards probably not held in high regards like it should be, but hey, it is what it is. Vengeance 2003. This event saw another triple threat. We got Kurt Angle beating Brock Lesnar and Big Show for the WWE Championship in a triple threat match. McMahon took on Zach Gowen, so you know, Taker beat Cena at this event, and the world's greatest tag team beat Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio. A couple other matches throughout the card. Chris Benoit took on Eddie Guerrero in a match. Eddie ended up winning that for the vacant U.S. Championship. So, hey, bro, I feel like with that McMahon match, especially going on right before that main event, and Big Show during this era was, bro, I'm sorry. I don't put it in much higher regards than Fully Loaded 99, respectfully. I'm gonna put it at C tier. I think it had the, you know, star power, but in reality, bro, ain't nobody checking back for this event, especially with something like that being on the card. But maybe if you like the story, you can go back and watch it. Up next, we have Vengeance 2004. Now, Vengeance 2004 was main evented by Chris Benoit retaining the World Heavyweight Championship against Triple H. We had Edge take on Randy Orton for the IC Championship. Matt Hardy beat Kane in a DQ because there was that weird little, you know, hoopla stuff going on. And we had Batista beat Chris Jericho. I think overall, bro, and I'm not just saying this because of the dark cloud that hovers over these events early on. The Chris Benoit Heavyweight Championship reign was just not that good. Just wasn't that good. He wasn't like the main focal point, it seemed like. Edge and Randy was gassed though. That was a really good match in my opinion. And I liked the Matt Hardy Kane rivalry, and that spun off into Matt Hardy Edge and Kane. Oh, it's crazy how that whole story worked. My goodness. But I respect to give it C tier as well. I respect to give it C tier. Great American Bash 2005. Main evented by JBL defeating Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. But wait, there's more. It was via disqualification, so JBL didn't take the title home. Ray beat Eddie in a singles match. And since Ray won, Eddie could not reveal the secret about Mysterio's son, Dominic. I wonder where that's gonna go. Oh, by the way, Dominic Mysterio, man, getting the early rub here in WWE, man. I hope you go on to do things. Maybe we'll mention you later on. Undertaker beat Muhammad Hassan for a #1 contenders match for the heavyweight championship. Imagine if life was different. And Muhammad Hassan won that. And went on to take on Batista at Summerslam. Booker T also beat Christian at this event. All right, I would definitely say this was a skip because it was almost predictable. We knew JBL wasn't finna beat Batista, and we knew that Muhammad Hassan wasn't finna beat Undertaker. Now, Ray versus Eddie was kind of cool, I guess, like in hindsight, in retrospect, but like, you know what I'm saying? They had their best match in WCW. I'm giving it D tier. Yeah. Great American Bash 2006. I get 200 occasions.
I get 200 occasions. Each occasion 200.
This was main evented by King Booker winning the World Heavyweight Championship over Rey Mysterio after winning King of the Ring. Shout out to King Booker. Mr. Kennedy beat Batista via disqualification. Batista's on a run right now of getting disqualified at Great American Bash. Oh my goodness. Taker beat Big Show in the Bujambi prison match. I think Booker's win is cool. I'm sure nobody wanted him to beat Ray, but at the same time, like, nobody wanted Ray to win that heavyweight championship at Mania anyways. So, you know, it was kind of, I guess, warranted to an extent. But we're not talking about extents. We're talking about rewatchability, how this ranks amongst its peers of events. Is it better than the previous year? I'm looking at some of the other matches. Ashley Massaro beat Crystal Marshall, Jillian Hall, and Michelle McCool in 2006. Oh, this was a fatal 4-way bras and panties match. I don't remember that. This might go. Shout out to Booker, but like, look at this card and tell me you want to go rewatch it. No, I'd rather not. Great American Bash 2007. This was main evented by Cena beating Bobby Lashley to retain the WWE Championship. We had Great Khali retain his heavyweight championship, believe it or not, defeating Batista and Kane. Morrison beat CM Punk to retain his ECW championship. We had Umaga and Jeff Hardy at this event. Low key, this might be the greatest Great American Bash that we've ever seen. Like, there's other matches I haven't even mentioned. MVP versus Matt Hardy, Carlito versus Sandman, the Singapore Kane match. Hornswoggle won the Cruiserweight Championship at this event. Like, bro, low key, a stacked card. Randy beat Dusty Rhodes in a Texas Bull Rope match. What is that about? Anyways, yeah. I love Bobby versus Cena too. I remember that whole little rivalry they had. It was kind of fun. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I'm gonna get an A tier. Yeah, I think that's fair. Because like, it wasn't an outstanding wrestling fest, and then there's the Great Khali on there. But everything else, I think it holds weight. Great American Bash 2008. Triple H retained to beat Edge for the WWE Championship. JBL beat Cena in a parking lot brawl. I remember that. That was fun. Punk and Batista ended in double DQ. Chris Jericho beat Shawn Michaels via TKO. Because they had that whole little thing going on. This was heel Chris Jericho. And then Mark Henry beat Tommy Dreamer to win the ECW Championship or retain. I actually don't remember this too much. And 08 was when I was really getting into wrestling, because early this year would have been the first time I saw a pay-per-view live with Night of Champions. It would have been like right before this, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I don't really, I mean, I know JBL and Cena was alright, but this was like out of his prime JBL, which is saying something because we don't hold JBL in high regards in ring talent. So, but man, I don't know. I'm gonna say this was pretty mid for the most part. It might even have been not that good. We had a double DQ on this event. Nah, this is going D tier. I'm sorry, I can't put it any higher. Night of Champions 2009, main evented by Jeff Hardy defeating CM Punk via pinfall. Randy beat Triple H and Johnson in a triple threat. Wow, how does history repeat itself there? Kofi won the US Championship in a 6-pack match. I mean, decent card. Jericho was on this card. They beat Legacy. Cool, I guess. Like, the names were there, right? Jeff Hardy CM Punk is always fun. I think this match was really good. And Ray and Dolph Ziggler was good too, now that I remember. Randy in that triple threat wasn't anything crazy. It's like those three don't have chemistry when it's three of them. So respectfully, I'm gonna say it was a pretty mid event. I don't think it was as bad as the Bash that, you know, preceded it. But for what it was, and it wasn't as good as Night of Champions 08, but it was a pretty decent match, to say so. I think, I don't know. Don't quote me. Are y'all tired of me ranting and rambling right now? Do I know ball chat? Because I can tell that some of these early events, bro, I just wasn't there for it. I'm sorry, bro. Like, it's just, there was an era in WWE where one I didn't really pay attention to much. And upon rewatch, July seemed like it was a snooze fest. Early 2000s was cool, but whoo, that middle pack was rough. Nonetheless, Money in the Bank 2010, the first Money in the Bank event. Earlier this year would have been the last Money in the Bank match to take place at WrestleMania. So at this event, we would see the Money in the Bank briefcase be won by Kane. Yep. So that's cool. And then the Miz won the other one. So, you know what I'm saying? Sheamus beat John Cena to retain his WWE Championship. Kane, of course, we mentioned, won the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing on Rey Mysterio the same night. So not only did, we see something new at the first event, hey, Layla beat Kelly to win the Women's Championship or retain. Alicia Fox beat Eve Torres to become to retain her Divas Championship. The Divas Championship and the Women's Championship coincided at one point in time. It's crazy to think about. Nonetheless, though, the first one was alright. I think it was decent. I don't even know if this is the right logo for it, but I'll put it B tier. 2 Money in the Bank matches on one night. Crown new champions. One of them cashed in the same, the same night. And then Sheamus versus John Cena main evented. Cool, I guess. Are y'all ready? Money in the Bank 2011. We're going to go match to match. Santino and Kozlov beat the New Nexus, right? Actually a pretty decent match, right? Daniel Bryan wins the SmackDown briefcase. Cool. Everybody loves Daniel Bryan. Now he is the Money in the Bank holder. Kelly beat Brie Bella. I guess we could pass, but it wasn't the worst. Mark Henry beat Big Show, which was the peak of, they had a good rivalry. One of the best big man rivalries ever. Alberto won the Raw briefcase. At the time, he wasn't not over, you know what I'm saying? So, all right. Christian versus Randy Orton. Cinema before cinema. The disqualification, one of the greatest disqualifications, if not ever, considering what was on the stakes or on the line. And then CM Punk versus John Cena. Mind you, this all happened in Chicago. Punk lose. He's out WWE with nothing. Punk wins. He's skipping town with the championship. What else can I say about this event? This is the greatest Money in the Bank event ever. This is one of the greatest PLEs, pay-per-views ever. This was by far the greatest event in 2011. Money in the Bank 2012. All right, so this one, we saw Dolph Ziggler win the briefcase. And we also saw Cena win the briefcase. That sucks. The Money in the Bank with Dolph Ziggler winning, if I'm not mistaken, was no, I'm thinking of something else. I think it was something else. I was thinking that everybody in that match was a heel, but Sin Cara was in there. I don't think Christian was a heel yet, or still was a heel, I should say. But actually, I think it was the one last year with Daniel Bryan won, right? Nonetheless, Dolph winning is cool. Punk beating Daniel Bryan is cool. Nothing else. Like, Cena won Money in the Bank. We went from the previous year of cinema to Cena winning Money in the Bank? Why? Oh, quick shout out to 2012, by the way, because a week later he cashes in and we have Raw 1000. Raw 1000 was amazing. One of the greatest heel turns of all time, if you consider that the heel turn. But some say when Paul Heyman popped up, whatever. If you don't know what I'm talking about, at Raw 1000, CM Punk turned heel by attacking Rock, which led to one of his best runs. It just sucks that he was dethroned by The Rock. Cool. Thanks, Dwayne. Nonetheless, 2012, I'm gonna say D tier, bro, because the first ladder match was okay. Cena winning, and that was 2012 main event with Cena winning. Even like in-ring quality was one of the worst, because who's taking bumps in that match? It was Big Show, Jericho, Kane, and The Miz with the other 4 competitors. Ugh. Money in the Bank 2013. All right, we saw the Shield beat the Usos. You know what I'm saying? To retain their tag team championship. So there's something there, Roman Reigns versus the Usos. That's, Damien Sandow wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. Yep. Randy Orton wins the other one. Good choice, I guess. Even though it turned into one of the best cash-ins ever, might be my favorite. It was just like last year. Why is Randy winning? He could get a title shot whenever. We wasn't thinking. Cena beat Mark Henry to retain. That was the Pink Salmon storyline. Alberto retained against Dolph Ziggler, and Ryback beat Chris Jericho. Actually, it wasn't a bad event. I think the match quality was there. It's just some questionable winners, I guess. I'm gonna put this one in. So I put it in C tier. 2013. I don't think it's on the same level as that first one there, but nonetheless, yeah, I think that's a. I think we're in a good place. All right, we're finna go on our Battleground run, ladies and gentlemen. WWE Battleground 2014, main evented by Cena defeating Randy, Roman, and Kane. I don't even remember this four-way. The Miz won a Battle Royal to become the new IC champion. Jericho beat Bray Wyatt one-on-one. Rollins beat Ambrose by forfeit. The match didn't happen. Is what I'm concluding there. Yeah, the Usos beat the Wyatt family. That's cool. They always put on good matches against one another. Battleground 2014. I don't really have much memory of this, so I'm gonna have to go off of Zobs. AJB Page. That's cool. The names were there, but I feel like I should remember the card more. Cameron beating Naomi is crazy. I'll put it top of D because like it just doesn't look appealing. For respect. But Battleground 2015, Brock beats Seth in the main event to become the new WWE champion. That's not what happened. I'm joking. He got disqualified. Cena beat KO via submission to retain his U.S. championship. What a unique rivalry. Charlotte beat Brie Bella and Sasha Banks in a triple threat match. Just a triple threat match. Bray beat Roman. Yeah. And Randy beat Sheamus. 2015. Dare I say F? I'm just sitting here because I think this was like one of the worst New Day matches, if I'm not mistaken, against the primetime players. Cena KO is cool, but Brock and Seth in the disqualification was trash. King Barrett opened up against R-Truth. Ugh, I don't know, man. It just reeks of 2015. 2016, however, yeah, I remember what the main event of this was. A bit overrated, if I might say myself, but hey, it happened. It was a good story. Main evented by the Shield Triple Threat. Yes, the infamous Shield Triple Threat. Oh, good times. Big Cass, Enzo, and Cena beat the club because they had the whole AJ Styles thing where he was jumping John Cena. That was funny. And the Miz beat Darren Young via double disqualification for the IC championship. Make Darren Young great again. I think that's the slogan. Nonetheless, bro, Shield Triple Threat hard carries. Might put this A tier. Oh, we had the Wyatt family versus New Day on this card too. Yeah, I think they can go A tier. Great Balls of Fire 2017. One of the absolute worst, and I mean worst, event names. Why, bro? Brock versus Samoa Joe was amazing. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in an ambulance match. Gas. The Miz beating Dean Ambrose, not too shabby. Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Hey, hands in the air. Oh my goodness. Cesaro and Sheamus beating Matt Hardy and the Hardy Boys. I said Matt Hardy and the Hardy Boys like it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just Matt Hardy. And Bray beat Seth. Oh yeah, that was Big Cass and Enzo's rivalry. I'm gonna just put it A tier, bro. Why do I have to stutter? Battleground 2017. You thought we were doing Battleground? Buddy, no. We got another event this year. Yeah, 2 in the same month in 2017. Oh, but buddy, do we have a absolute difference here? Main evented by the Punjabi prison match. Jinder Mahal retained against my GOAT because the great Khali wants to stick his nose in grown folks' business. Cena beat Rusev in a flag match. KO beat AJ Styles to become the new US champion. I promise I'm not tired, though. It just looks like it, okay? New Day beat the Usos. That was a good match. Why do we have a Punjabi prison match in the year of our Lord 2017? Riddle me that. Extreme Rules 2018. Main evented by Dolph Ziggler beating Seth Rollins for the IC Championship, retained. AJB Rusev for the WWE Championship, retained essentially. Not essentially, he just did. Bobby B. Roman. Oh, brother. It was 12 matches on this card, and I'm just sitting here looking at it like, yo. Sanity was here. Was the best match on this card Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax? No, right? It's probably AJ versus Rusev. Yeah, bro. Extreme Rules 2019. I stopped watching in 2019, bro. I had to take a break. Because how many times are y'all gonna put on Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was a tag team match with Seth and Becky versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Essentially, both championships were on the line. And then Brock cashed in afterwards. Man. I just, like, it just holds so much weight in my head historically that I can't justify putting this card up. Like, Undertaker and Roman Reigns teamed up on this event. Even if that was good or not, bro, stop putting those two in the ring. We got 3 in a row. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Wow. Horror show at Extreme Rules 2020. Bro. Why? Okay. Rey Mysterio lost the eye at this event. Bray Wyatt beat Braun Strowman in a swamp fight match. Drew retained his WWE Championship against Dolph. Dare I say F again? Dare I say F? F for F this. Why are we putting on this event? Why? Please somebody riddle me that. Why is it called the Horror Show at Extreme Rules? They lost the plot. They genuinely lost the plot at some point in time here. And it's really infuriating when you think about it. Horror Show, bro, you're also going F tier, bro. Like, why does this exist? Oh my goodness. Please show me something, WWE. Money in the Bank 2021. All right. First live event back with fans. Cool, right? Really good. Roman versus Edge was fun. Seth Rollins started his rivalry with Edge, interfering. I love that match. Cena returned to this event. Great moment. Great pop, bro. It was well needed. We got fans back. Love that. Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. Yeah, Big E became Mr. Money in the Bank, and Nikki ASH. No, I said that terribly. Nikki ASH became the Women's Money in the Bank. The Usos beat the Mysterios. I guess is who that team consisted of. Oh, just Rey Mysterio and is that Dominic? Is that Dominic Mysterio? Yeah. The one that was getting fought over, at like Great American Bash 05. Yeah, he was a tag team champion. But the Usos started their run this night as tag team champions. So that's important to note. Nonetheless, Money in the Bank 2021, I hold that in high regards. I'm actually put that. Oh, that might go high. I'm actually gonna put it at the top of A, bro. That was a really good event. Money in the Bank 2022. Liv winning was amazing. That was nice, I will admit. Bobby beat Theory to become a new US champion. I didn't think nothing of that. Cool, Well, we'll see you later, Theory. We'll see what they have in store for you. Bianca beat Carmella. The Usos retained over the Street Profits. Ronda beat Natalya to retain her SmackDown Women's Championship. But wait, it's a cash in. Liv Morgan, who just won her briefcase, because Lord knows the women can't hold their briefcases for longer than a day, cashed in on Ronda Rousey to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. No, but shout out to Liv though. First World Championship, you deserve it. Shout out to you. I mean, come on, WWE. Oh, and then we get the main event. Oh man, all these competitors are coming out. I wonder who's gonna win. Is it gonna be Drew McIntyre? Is it gonna be Madcap Moss? Probably not. Omos, definitely not. Riddle, could be. Got high regards for him. Sami Zayn, oh, he's in the bloodline now. Maybe he'll win it. That'd be cool. Good story. Will he be the one to throw on Roman Reigns? Seth freaking Rollins, bro. You know, he could become a 2-time winner. And then we got Sheamus, who could also become a 2-time winner, but I highly doubt it. Oh, but what's that? We're adding another competitor to the Money in the Bank? Oh, who could it be? And he won. In theory, won. You know, he won the briefcase. This isn't even about that. Like, I'm not going to hold what happened afterwards against him. He cashed in on the U.S. Championship and lost. And then got a title shot again and won it. If he was going to cash on a mid-card title, they could have had him win it. Anyways, not the best. I'm putting at these here. I just am. Like, just bad decision making, bro. Wait, we're not out of 2022. Because this was, in my opinion, Money in the Bank 22, the last of the McMahon era. Because, oh, it is SummerSlam start at. SummerSlam 2022. Yeah, we got a SummerSlam in July. Very rare. They was branded heavy too. Like, oh, it's in July. But it happened on July 30th. It happened on July 30th. You know how many days are in July? 31. It happened, like, bro, if July 31st was on a Saturday, it was going to happen on that day. And then August was the next day. Oh, it happened in July. It was in July, bro. Might as well have been in August. Nonetheless, though, I also attended this event live. I'll try not to hold bias. Goodness gracious, it's hard, especially when you see the ring lift live. In person, I mean. Nonetheless, Liv retained against Ronda in what was probably an unbelievable match. Like, I can't believe that she's winning. You know what I'm saying? Bianca beat Becky. Oh, but wait, it's Damage Control. We didn't know that yet, but wow. Io Sky's back, or called up. Dakota Kai's back. Love that. Io Shirai at the time. Logan beat The Miz in what was a pretty good match. Like, that was when I think people were like, oh, yo, Logan can go. Shout out to The Miz. Bobby beat Theory to retain the U.S. Championship. Whoever heard that before? The Mysterios, hey, Dom, hey. Beat Judgment Day, and Edge returned. Pat McAfee beat Happy Corbin in probably what was the worst match of the night, but I mean, Pat did his thing. Usos beat the Street Profits with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee. And then Roman Reigns versus Brock. Let me tell you a little story about that. Nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wanted to see another Roman versus Brock match. We were tired of it. I think this was the last match they would have because, again, nobody wanted to see it. Banger. Y'all say what y'all want about 31 and it being the best match. No, it was not. It was the last match. Excuse me. When I make points, life doesn't like for me to finish them. Roman versus Brock last man standing was the best match they've had. 31 was just a squash match, and then Seth Rollins cashed in. Your expectations were just super low for that one. This one, they were still low, but like, it just was an amazing match. He lifted the ring. Nonetheless, I am a bit biased, and I think this was almost as flawed as it can get. SummerSlam 22 is going S tier. Start of a new era. Money in the Bank 2023. Talk about start of a new era. Oh man, the Bloodline Civil War main event at this. Seth beat Finn Balor to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. I remember where I was at too. It was raining super hard that day. Cody beat Dominic Mysterio. Hey Dom, in a singles match. Gunther beat Matt Riddle to retain the IC Championship. Oh, he was killing Riddle, bro. Io won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Love that decision. Not like genuinely, not trying to be And yeah, and Damian Priest won Mr. Money in the Bank, Senior Money in the Bank they called him. All in all, pretty good. Do I think it was better than SummerSlam the year before? No, but I think it's A tier. And then last but not least, Money in the Bank 2024. Last year's, not the last Money in the Bank, but last year's. The Bloodline triple threat match, like they could have kept that. You know, Cody, KO, and Randy fighting them, whatever. Damian Priest retained against Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre won his briefcase earlier. Cashed in the same night. Oh, they said the women aren't gonna do it. Let's let the men cash in the same night. But CM Punk interfered, causing that to the whole ordeal to just fall out because there was that, you know. Tiffy won Women's Money in the Bank. Dope briefcase she had. I like this event. I just think it was a terrible main event. For that, I'm gonna put this B tier. I think that's fair. That is not B tier. Yeah, I think that's my final ranking. But let me do some groundwork and I'll get right back to y'all. We back. Not changing anything. I've decided this is perfect. Up here, we got the best event that fell place in July, and I think it's not even close. Down here, we got some trash. You know, apparently it outweighs it. There was a lot of trash down there, but yeah, bro, S and A tier is dominated, and then we have Money in the Bank 2011. So let me know what y'all think down below. That'll conclude this for me. It's been an absolute pleasure tapping in with me. It means the world. We're on the road to 250, so please make sure to subscribe. Without further ado, you all, remember, don't let anyone discourage you from greatness. My name is Oh So Co, and we are Oh So Out.